In an earlier video, we were discussing about the triangle of digital empowerment. The triangle connects the three important dimensions of a process that leads to digital empowerment. Digital empowerment is a final outcome in the sense there is a starting point, and through some via media, then we are approaching the digital empowerment. The starting point is finding a solution for digital empowerment. The problem is digital inequality. We were discussing all the dimensions of digital inequalities, everything. And in order to solve the digital inequality, we are taking a route of media literacy. So, the solution for digital inequality is media literacy. If we combine these two dimensions, then we can lead to the digital empowerment. And this is the simplest triangle, but in this program, let us understand little more contribution from other stakeholders in order to strengthen the process of this digital empowerment triangle. This is what we call this program as strategies in digital empowerment. And before moving to the stakeholders' contribution to the digital empowerment, let us understand the impending factors, the barriers of digital empowerment. If we understand the barriers, then easily we can find out the solution for that problem, the barriers, and that helps the various stakeholders to put together the strategic inputs to strengthen the process of digital empowerment. One of the point frequently is being discussed in the context of inequality is the economic barriers, and particularly in the developing countries context, this is a little serious concern. And in the developing countries, if you take developed countries context, the internet penetration or mobile penetration are using those resources quite extraordinarily higher range of percentages in the respective populations. For example, if you take a South Korea, the broadband penetration is 97%, and 97% the sense almost all the population members of the populations are able to access internet in high speed. 97% of the broadband. Of course, the inequality might be in a different context. The inequality may be in the terms of soft skills, in terms of language, in terms of participation. They may have inequality, higher levels of inequalities. But we are in the south, the global south, where the developing countries context, economic barrier is the biggest challenge. Because of the natural inequality existing in a social context. So remember that digital inequality is not a product of digital platform. It's a replica of offline social inequality. If somebody is having a lower income but having a very limited number of resources, financial resources, then definitely they will be deprived of many more digital benefits. So this is one of the issue. We have to understand that the digital empowerment and the barrier, one of the biggest barrier in the developing countries context, particularly Indian context, the economic barriers is one of the issue. What are the solution for that? Let us discuss in the coming slides. And second important point is digital literacy gaps. We have a lot of resources, and in terms of mobile connectivity is a little higher range. India is considered to be a mobile rich nation, and internet also close to 2/3 of the populations are connected to internet. And but that doesn't mean that the India's populations are utilizing taking the benefits from ICT digital platform at the maximum level. We can't conclude that context. The reason is and there's a considerable gap exists among the population in terms of digital literacy skills. Digital literacy skills particularly because challenge among the older generation, aged people, marginalized communities, and disadvantaged group, and people with disabilities, and other the locational disadvantage. These are the factors that increases the gap in the digital literacy level. And once they are remote, automatically they are may not have that much digital infrastructure as it is being provided in the urban context. Similarly, and aged people slowly may not be able to catch up with the advanced development happens in technology. So once you become very slow in adopting technology, you will be slowly excluded from the latest benefits of digital platform. And marginalized and disadvantaged groups, already they are marginalized in the social group, the social level, so automatically they are being again deprived of taking a benefits. So they may have a connectivity, older people, people with the disabilities, or marginalized sections, or people from the remote areas, they may have a mobile connectivity, they may have a computing connectivity, but other factors like a literacy rate and inability to use the internet for immediate environment beneficial part, for like that they may be facing a trouble, and that leads to the skills and competency among the people in those sections and varies from the people from the urban context. So considerable level of gap exists between the people in the urban, people in the rural, and people in the younger generation and older generation, mainstream communities and marginalized communities. You can find a considerable gap in terms of skills and competency of digital literacy. This is another important barriers of digital empowerment. This also needs to be addressed. And there is a access disparities. Access disparity includes location, urban, rural, and maybe the availability of in digital infrastructure, limited connectivity, and that can limit their access to online education, employment opportunities, essential service, and that leads to another barrier in digital empowerment. So access disparity is a third most important barrier of in digital empowerment process. And another concern, this is may not be connected with any particular community or any section, but might be a concern of all the people who are interested or using the technology for regular various activities. Privacy and security concerns, and particularly cyber security threats, data breaches, privacy invasion, and particularly vulnerability to cybercrime. This creates a kind of insecurity among the vulnerable sections like older people or marginalized people or other sections. Already they have limited knowledge, skills and competency in using digital technology, and this kind of cyber insecurity issues, it creates a kind of panic as well as kind of a disconnect among this community, these people, to use the technology in the fullest form. So this is another concern, and along with the economic barriers and digital literacy gaps, access disparities, and privacy concerns. These are the major constraints, major barriers in the digital empowerment process. So let us understand how these barriers can be addressed, how various stakeholders can play a role, but still our focus clearly, the inequality needs to be addressed where the many stakeholders can play a role. Once inequality addressed in the social level, and if that is being addressed, then the access to technology improves. Once access is guaranteed, then the media literacy training plays a crucial role of taking those people who have better access to the empowerment process. So we have to divide this empowerment, digital empowerment. To reach digital empowerment, we need a different set of approaches. One, and government, public sector, other institutions should play a major role in reducing the inequality. That enhance the access, better access to technology. Once we got a better access, then the digital literacy skills and competency plays a major role of taking the individuals to the digital empowerment. So let us look at some of the contribution needed from the various stakeholders, particularly the promoting inclusivity. Inclusivity is the efforts needs to be taken to bring more people, more communities who are normally secluded, means marginalized in the offline world, like a marginalized community, persons with disabilities, older people, and similar individuals and communities. The efforts, projects, and other efforts needs to be taken in order to bring them into the mainstream technological access point. So this is the crucial point, and where the main other stakeholders, particularly government and non-governmental agencies, corporates, should play a role. They are doing. We will take some case studies later in the program. And there must be some sort of entrepreneurship in developing solutions and technology-based solution in terms of providing a cheaper technological solution to various segments that can address the issues of the digital empowerment barriers, like economic disparities. Economic disparity means the affordable smartphones and public wireless connections, and training about digital literacy. If this can be addressed within their financial constraints, within their locational disadvantage, they should be able to use a technology for their personal and professional benefits. So this is second most important strategies can be explored. Things are happening, and many more examples we can quote in this inclusivity as well as entrepreneurship for affordable alternate access point or technological solution for digital empowerment. And the third important point is formal, informal, non-formal educational interventions to promote digital literacy programs, and this can be done in various methods. And one is through formal method, means through schools, colleges and universities that can address the large section of the younger populations, and this comes under the formal education part. Informal education is the training can be facilitated, short-term training, little 1 week or 3 days or 15 days training can be organized in specific locations of specific communities or specific groups by various groups, either government group, sponsored projects or corporate sponsored projects. Other efforts can be taken in informal level. This is not a long-term project. No need to go for any registration, going for another city, relocating for training and all. Short-term training and in that locality done by professionals from various streams. This is informal education. Non-formal education is, and it can be addressed to specific like self-help groups, ASHA workers, or the people, aged people. They can be addressed through various governmental educational intervention like adult education or programs offered through various college part-time level or remote level. This kind of efforts can be taken in order to promote digital literacy programs, formal, informal and non-formal educational intervention. This is one of the efforts to strengthen the digital empowerment process. Another one is affordable access to technology. This seems to be happening in Indian context or many more developing countries context, particularly the low-cost devices, which is are being provided because of maybe thanks to the market competition. Affordable smartphones are available, and similarly, a kind of India is being considered as a mobile-rich nation. One of the main reason is it adopted the wireless technology in a much speeder manner, starting with the 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. And in the developed countries, when the internet was introduced in the late 90s, they were able to catch up with the internet, and the connection can be provided to large sections of people without much effort. Reason is, earlier to the internet technology, they had a strong telephone infrastructure, wire connection, coaxial cable connections everywhere, nook and corner of the country. So they had a telecom infrastructure, very strong telecom infrastructure. Once internet came, they have just replaced the coaxial cable copper wire to optic fiber. So cable network, everything intact. Only thing, the platform got changed. So it's a minimum time efforts. They were able to provide the better connectivity to the large sections of people. That's why the South Korea and other similar developed countries are having more than 90% of the population is having better connectivity of broadband services. This is the reason, because they have already existing telecom structure, which is lacking in the country like India, but innovatively government and other solution providers switch over to the wireless. So that's one made a major transformation in Indian context, where we are able to reach 93% of the population having mobile connectivity. So this is one of the strategy and adopted and implemented, and that's being provided. But there are challenges like digital literacy, capacity to use a technology. Technology is available, but how to use it? And because we have to think about, one is access is guaranteed through the affordable technology, affordable smartphone, gadgets and everything. Mobile is available, internet is available. What to do with the gadget and internet? That's how the digital literacy program plays a major role. And that, I think we need a more effort. More effort needs to be put in place to strengthen the formal or informal or non-formal educational interventions in the digital literacy program. And if you want to take the individuals to higher level, now some extent large section of people are having a connectivity, access to the technology, but access doesn't guarantee the digital empowerment, and the people needs to know how to use for their personal and professional benefits. If they're not able to use that technology in that context, then the technology is a little meaningless for them. So this is one of the concerns. And now let us start how the media literacy can play. Now we were talking about how other stakeholders can take an effort to make sure that technology is available to large sections of the people. Technology in the sense affordable internet, might be free internet or subsidized handsets, and educational intervention of digital program and all. Now we are assuming that technology, access to technology is a stage, okay, stage one of digital empowerment process. Now we'll move on to stage 2 of digital empowerment process. We are assuming that technology is being guaranteed. What else needs to be done after that in order to speed up the digital empowerment process? One of the solution to speed up the digital empowerment process is media literacy and media and information literacy, and that's aim is to reduce the digital inequalities and other whatever we discussed about other stakeholders in contribution is to reduce a inequality in a physical world that slowly transforms into reducing the inequality in a digital platform. And in order to take it to the other level, media literacy plays a bigger role as a solution provider for digital inequality. Media literacy primarily revolves around 3 major pillars. One is the capacity and skills to access the right information. The person should know from where they can collect the required relevant information, authentic information. They need to know that. It's not like it's a digital platform. You will find billions and billions of portals and service providers, information providers, content providers. But in the social media platform also, social media is a massive network, and billions of people are available, and the content are generated in unimaginable manner. So there is no dearth of information available in the digital platform, but how to find the right information, relevant information, accurate information. This is the skill required as a part of the media literacy. This is one of the pillar. The second pillar is, and once the information is collected from the reliable source and accurate information, the person should be able to read the content in a more meaningful manner, critical manner, asking all the questions of who created the content, what time it's been created, who are the people involved in this process of creating content, what purposes it was being created. If we are able to dissect the content in a more critical manner, we should be able to understand the content very more meaningfully. So that is the second pillar, access to right information and critically understanding the content. The third part is participate in the public communication, which is not possible in a couple of decades back. Newspaper, radio, television, they provide a very limited scope for feedback, participation for the common people. But whereas in the online digital platform, everybody is capable to receive the information. Similarly, everybody is capable to participate, produce, create and share the content. But are we doing or not? That's a lot of questions involved in that part. We may not do it for there's no need, or there's a lack of interest, or we may not know how to do that. So all this can be addressed to the media literacy, because communication capacity, communication competency is required for the participation in the public platform. Public platform means we might be interested in to share the information within the family, but and the media literacy encourages the people to share, be part of community, be part of the society, be part of the national level. So this is media literacy. Ultimate goal is to make a participatory citizenship, a digital citizenship. So that requires a meaningful participation. So access to right information, critical understanding and digital participation. These are the three pillars of media literacy, and if we try to inculcate these three skills among the people who are marginalized or deprived of technological benefits and youngsters, if we try to incorporate these kind of skills, and we can address the digital inequality part. And in that process, media literacy can play a major role in improving the digital empowerment process. It can equip the individuals to access, analyze and create digital content in a more meaningful manner. More number of people can be created, and then they can be a voice to voiceless. And if the other people not able to participate in the digital platform, those who are capable to do that, they can do that. So this media literacy can address those concerns, and it can guarantee the inclusive digital empowerment process, incorporating all the social, economic, age-related and other inequality that prevents the digital access and its benefits. So the media literacy is one of the crucial component in addressing those part. And some of the case studies will let us understand. One is the Digital India campaign that's done by Government of India, that's accelerated the adoption of technology, particularly digital technology in different sectors, different social sectors and knowledge economy and service sectors, other areas. This aggressively being promoted by the government. Various government bodies are doing. Another one is the corporates, multinational agencies' involvement in promoting digital literacy. This is a project Shiksha that's being done by Microsoft's digital literacy initiative. That is, I was talking about formal, informal, non-formal intervention for digital promotion. This is one of the classic example of intervention from the digital corporate world part. Then other examples like rural internet connectivity through various organizations, Google and Tata, they are playing a major role in that part. Government also, they are playing a major role in taking the internet to the rural community to various concepts and different entrepreneurial, different solution, alternative solution to access to technology. This is one of the examples of addressing the barriers of digital empowerment. Another one is a classic example is digital identity for all. This reduces the process of identification of individuals for various benefits and services. This one, and there is a lot of initiative taken by the state governments in e-literacy initiative, digital literacy initiative such as Kerala. They are quite popular in promoting the e-literacy program, and digital empowerment particularly is happening in education post-COVID time. Adoption of technology from an education level tremendously enhanced in a much more better manner. Then recent developments of digital financial inclusion like UPI payments and online payments and using the mobile connectivity for the payment process. This also enhanced the awareness about the technology and reduce the barriers and reduce the difficulty levels of accessing or understanding the technology. So these are the initiatives, case studies we can easily quote on that. So digital empowerment should address the digital inequality through various levels. Stage 1, through various stakeholders to reduce the barriers to provide the better access. Once access is provided, then digital literacy plays a major role to enhance individual's ability to use a platform for meaningful manner. Thank you.